I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Who are you?
Hey, this is Matt once again. We're about to another review, and this is another paid request for user LoveDPuss79. Very nice guy. And if anyone wants to request any type of reviews, topics, reactions, re-reviews of movies or something, pretty much any type of video, you send a request either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. Now, this is for a slasher film called The Slayer, and this film, I really tried to like, but I found this very fucking boring. Other than a couple of pretty well done makeup effects gore scenes, I was not a fan of this movie. The guy who made it, J.S. Cardone, I'm not a fan of him as a talent. There's a guy that would go on to help write the Prom Night remake and the Stepfather remake and what? Sniper 3? What, maybe Sniper 3? Maybe that's the best film he's been involved with, and that's Sniper 3? At least the ones I've seen. So, he directed this, and the plot of the film is you have a lead girl who I would call a less talented Sigourney Weaver. She has dreams of this creature grabbing her neck. She keeps having these nightmares. She's a painter. Her hubby, her boyfriend, two others, the four of them and a pilot, they go to this island. The kind of island that folks dream about. You get it? Because she is dreaming about it, as you come to find out. And this is a film that, number one, if you're going there for body count, if that's really what you're looking for, you don't get much of a body count. Because there's only 5 people on the fucking island. One of them's the lead. So you don't get like 4 death scenes. Well, technically 5th to someone last minute, but... And you want me to tell you the death scene? Sure, this is a spoiler. The death scenes. One gets an oar to the head. When it hits, it looks like his head explodes, but then when he falls down, nope, his head didn't explode. You know, it's still a cool, impactful blood splat. One goes in the basement. There's one of those doors that you push up. He's looking... And I don't understand how this works, because the way it is, it's over here. Like, you push it up. Now, it falls back, and somehow when it falls back, his head is now stuck in here. If someone could explain how the fuck that happens, I would love to know. Wouldn't it just be like... even if they go both, because anytime anyone else does this, like, it's so fucking heavy and they're so big, there's no way it could somehow go all the way over here and then go, like, it's gonna hit your head, like, and knock them the fuck down. So I don't know how the doors go like this, and like the way it's positioned, like, it just, with that kind of, it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. It just, like, if it was one of those things where if the door opened just one way, not just two ways, but opened like one way, and like someone grabs him and then they slam the door to here, that's one thing, but that's not the case here. So it's a nice effect, but I just don't understand how the fuck that works. I know I'm stupid, so feel free to explain to the stupid. The other deaths, oh, one gets fish death. Like, fish hooks catch his face and drag. I'm like, I saw that blood hook. And you know what? Blood hook I got more out of than this. I would rather watch fucking Blood Hook, which is a film I reviewed about a killer fisherman, and that was kind of for laughs, but kind of not. When I want to watch Blood Hook over you, that's actually a film I like to get, but too fucking expensive for my cheap ass. I mean, Blood Hook wasn't great, but I had some fun with it. Here, and then the best death is the girl gets the pitchfork that comes out of her titties. That's easily the best death. There's nothing else to it. It's boring, it's dull, it's a lot of wandering. Should have been called The Wanderer. That's what this film. And they wander around. They just wander the fuck around. I get that's meant to be for suspense. I get that's meant to build up the suspenseful moments, but it just didn't pan out for me. The characters I did not find interesting. The acting I thought was subpar. The lead girl, she wasn't awful, but I still thought she was like a less talented Sigourney Weaver. That's how I looked at it. And as a story, you just get the idea that she keeps having nightmares about this creature. She says something to the effect of, I'll keep doing it until it no longer needs me for life. So apparently this creature like needs her dreaming for life. Don't ask me to explain it more than that, because the movie doesn't really do either. And then the lead girl, she's kind of a fucking idiot. She murders someone accidentally, of course. But she has a flare gun. She shoots someone with a flare because she, doesn't want to say, "Who are you?" or "Anyone there?" Well, I don't know why the fucking the guy didn't. You think the guy goes, "Anyone here?" But no, you think he would yell out, "Hello, hello," but no. Instead, he goes up and she shoots him with a flare. And then she doesn't even seem that, oh my god, I killed someone. It's not... maybe she thought he was the killer, even though she was so adamant it was a creature. But she now sees that's a person. When you be like, oh my god, I killed the wrong person. It's like she didn't even give a shit, or she didn't even notice. Or now she thinks it's a human. But then, said, you see the creature for like 10 seconds that you see in the trailer. As long as you see in the trailer, you see in this. In the movie. But the thing that got me the most, after this boring, dull, glacially paced movie, and people are like, oh, you hate slashers. I love, you want a good one? Here's a good one. There's a good slasher. There you go. Go watch this. even if it ever comes in the mail, because Vinegar Syndrome takes 50 fucking years to send their product out, Silent Madness. I had fun with that. And would like to review it whenever it gets here, if it's ever sent out. You know, Terror Train I love. Road games, you're kind of call a slasher, more of a Hitchcock thriller, but I love road games. I mean, Behind the Mask, Rise of Lizzie Vernon, Number No Street. I mean, but this, it's not gonna have a lot of kills. It doesn't. So what else do you have going for it? The beachfront, hell, I got more out of the Mutilator. I know some of my friends don't like the Mutilator. I have issues with the Mutilator. I didn't hate the film because I got more out of that. Even the music, with a full break, I got more out of the Mutilator than this. And some of the then the ending of this, I should get to this. The ending of this film, after the Crypt Keeper looking monster almost kills her, she wakes up and she's 6 years old. Why is she 6 years old? Because apparently this entire fucking bit was a dream. Or the monster said, hey, remember back then you said, I'll keep doing it until I no longer need your life? He was pontificating this. Maybe that's the creature like, I won't kill you. I'm going to send you back to when you're 6 years old. That, or again, this is all a premonition. Or a bad dream. Then the family gives her a cat. And she freaks out. The reason she freaks out is because early in the film, her brother, he's the guy who got fish hooked to death. He talks about how, oh, when she was a kid, she got a cat, and days later is found fish, and she was then sent to a psychiatric ward. So it's like, oh no, this cat. I'm like, then change the future, bitch. Remember it. Say, I hate fucking cats. Or I'm allergic to cats. I can't have it. Or you need to leave that cat. Or take the cat and take a ride to the fucking pound. Or give it up to a friend. Or say, oh, I can't, you know, something. Anything, man. When you're older, don't go to the fucking Death Island. Stay home and play in the mirror, play Kumbaya, play a cello, play Nintendo, or Atari at this point. Play Atari. Have you played Atari today? Just play whatever the fuck. Just don't go to the Death Island. It's not that difficult. Unless the Death Island's gonna come to her. But at that ending, I went, what the fuck? Maybe this creature's just really bored. It's like, I'm going to play with you until the real Sigourney Weaver shows up. I don't... Maybe it's a movie that I think it tried to be more psychological. I didn't really buy into it. There are fans of the film. That's cool. I'm not one of them. You know, the fact that this had more fucking features than something like April Fool's Day. Well, different company. That's why Arrow Video puts a bit more effort than Stream Factory does, to be fair. Because I had the DVD because someone had given it to me. And, you know, I still have it over there. I'm not going to throw it away because it was a gift. I just... If you like the film, that's cool. To me... Other than a handful of death scenes with some pretty decent gore, the ending, the story, the pacing, especially the pacing. The pacing is one of my biggest issues with the film. And it just didn't have that strong of a story to hold on to when it's just a lot of fucking wandering. Wandering around this barn, wandering around the beach, wandering around the house, wandering around the basement. Wandering around the island. If this was the name the fucking Wanderer, it would fit more than the Slayer. Why the fuck is he even called the Slayer? Was the creature called the Slayer? Not that I remember. Like the Slayer. Like that title promises a more fun movie than the movie itself. That's just me. Didn't the trailer give away the monster that's in it as long as in the fucking... I mean, the trailer gave it away anyway. Everything you want in the movie is in the fucking trailer. Just watch the trailer, you've seen the movie. There's literally nothing else other than that stupid twist ending. But that's just me. That's just me. I'll stick with Terror Train. I'll stick with My Bloody Valentine. Hell, I'd rather stick with The Final Terror or Silent Madness. I'm looking at the Final Terrors over there. Don't Go in the Woods is awful, but at least I can laugh at it and it's fun and it wasn't boring. Don't Go in the Woods is an awful film, but it's a fucking hilarious film. Or you will be killed and cut you up in little pieces. So I can remember that. I won't remember shit about this. That's just me, but with that said, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.